Mike, I gotta see this. Terrence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I ain't supposed to think it's a good idea. I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I ain't supposed to think it's a good idea. People thought they was...
I got long to wait.
What do you think Crawford has that made him your choice?
Well, he's a great all-around fighter. He's been around and watching for years, and he's going to do well.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
Terrence Crawford was spotted in Riyadh training with Mike Tyson at Tyson's boxing facility just before his press conference with Canelo Alvarez. Mike Tyson had allowed Crawford to use his gym during his time in Saudi Arabia to stay focused and prepare for the press conference as a way of showing his support and inspiration to the Nebraska Warrior.
It's 50-50?
60-40, but you gonna tell him which one?
You think Crawford can stop him?
Crawford can stop anybody. I'm not saying he can't, he's going to, but he can't.
Aside from offering him his gym to train in, Mike Tyson joined him and gave him some training advice.
Well, here we go.
Crawford and his team of trainers have a comprehensive plan to defeat Canelo Alvarez, but Mike Tyson's main input has been his punch power and how he can ensure that every blow he throws causes pain and damage to Canelo Alvarez. Crawford spent several days in Saudi Arabia before to the press conference, and even afterward, he had plenty of time with one of the best boxing legends in history.
Wait and see. It's not long. You don't got long to wait.
What do you think Crawford has that made him your choice?
Well, he's a great all-around fighter. He's been around and watching for years, and he's going to do well.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
Terrence Crawford arrived in Riyadh yesterday for Friday's press conference, and he was met warmly at the airport. Fans came to take photos as he was greeted with flowers and given golden keepsakes imitating a sword and gun, or rare sight. Turki Alalshik also asked Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez to a combined meal in the middle of the ceremony. Crawford made time to visit the Mike Tyson Boxing Club in Riyadh, where Tyson was present. The undefeated champion took advantage of the chance to train at the prestigious facility while remaining focused on his aim.
Never let us down, bro. It's up pretty sure.
It'll be a tough one today, huh?
Yeah, I think it'll be tough.
Who's gonna win?
The video was first shared by Turki Alalshik on Instagram, followed by a caption that read, "World Champion." Boxer Crawford during his training with the champions of the Mike Tyson Club. The same clip was later reshared by Ring magazine with the caption, Terrence Crawford trained at the Mike Tyson Boxing Club ahead of the first Canelo vs. Crawford news conference in Riyadh. Watch the first news conference live across the ring on the socials. Canelo vs. Crawford. The post quickly gained traction, giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at Crawford's intense preparation in the video. Terrence Crawford is seen arriving at the Tyson gym, shaking hands with the staff and trainers before starting his workout, wearing a red t-shirt, black shorts, red shoes, and white socks. The 410 boxer started with some light stretching, then stepped into the ring to shadow box, later putting on black gloves to work on combination punches and heavy. Canelo Alvarez, a seasoned 168 lb fighter with a proven track record at super middleweight, recently beat William Skull. But Crawford's intense commitment and training discipline suggest he's leaving no room for error. Some fans are already sure that Crawford will win, despite the fact that he hasn't yet fought this year. The fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford was analyzed by Mike Tyson, one of the most important boxing voices in recent years. Despite the fact that he fought in the heavyweight division, this is one of the best fights in boxing since a few years ago, and it's going to be a crazy boxing night.
Gotta wait and see. It's not long. You don't got long to wait.
What do you think Crawford has that made him your choice?
Well, he's a great all-around fighter. He's been around and watching for years, and he's going to do well.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
Mike Tyson began with some bias towards Crawford and stressed Canelo's weaknesses. He then went on to analyze the strengths and flaws of both fighters and how their styles help make the fight more interesting and calculative. The fight will be more like Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol than Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather.
You guys did this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
He can do any work out.
Why?
While Canelo Alvarez is an exceptional skilled fighter with formidable punching power, he occasionally shows signs of exhaustion in long-distance fights, which can lead to decreased accuracy and power in his punches, which can be exploited by opponents who can survive the year. Mike Tyson mentioned the fight against Bivol as an example of this.
Who is hosting a big night like today?
They never let us down. They always have to.
It will be a tough one today, huh?
Yeah, I think it'll be tough.
Who's
Are
gonna
you
win?
rooting for?
Okay. Everyone wants to know what you're going to do to Jake Paul in a few months' time.
You gotta wait and see.
Inconsistency in defense can be a problem against opponents like Crawford, who are skilled at landing exact shots and capitalizing on their opponents' mistakes. Tyson claimed another area where Canelo may be vulnerable is against opponents with good footwork and movement. He has clearly struggled to keep up with fighters who use good footwork and movement, such as Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant. Canelo's own style tends to be more direct and aggressive.
Hey, Mike, Canelo Crawford. Crawford's in the building. Canelo fights this weekend. What do you think of that fight?
Where's the fight gonna be at?
Well, they say in Vegas, maybe in September, but Canelo's got to get through.
Furthermore, Canelo's flat-footed style can be a liability against certain opponents, especially those with quick footwork and the ability to create angles. This was obvious in his fight with Dimitri Bivol, where his simpler, flat-footed stance made him slower and allowed Bivol to beat him to the punch. Opponents with strong jabs can also find success landing shots on Canelo, especially against those with longer reach or jab-centric strategies. Overall, while
I think Crawford too. It's really a pick'em fight. I'm gonna be happy either way.
after this, Mike Tyson went on and spoke about Canelo Alvarez's strengths. He claimed Canelo Alvarez's success can be attributed to a combination of his exceptional skills, relentless determination, and strategic training. Mike Tyson called out some of Canelo Alvarez's strengths, saying he possesses extraordinary boxing skills, including powerful punching, excellent counter-punching abilities, and sharp head and body movement. His intense training regimen is tailored to his specific needs, including long-distance running to build endurance, boxing-specific drills to refine his technique, and sparring sessions to prepare him for the rigors of a fight. And right now, you're keeping your eye on, like, Crawford or anybody like that. Came from Crawford's last fight in LA. Yes, you went to it. What did you think? I thought that was a tough guy, and that guy gave, you know what I mean. I'm glad that he came back the last 2 games. You know, that guy was very awkward and strong, super weird. Yeah, and this guy fights anybody. Crawford fights anybody. I don't agree with that, you know, because you have to look good in order for you not to mess up. Canelo's team carefully chooses sparring partners to match the style and physical attributes of his next opponent, allowing him to refine his skills and build confidence. This meticulous approach to training has allowed him to adapt to different fighting styles and weight classes, making him a formidable opponent in the ring. Canelo's success is also due to his unwavering commitment to his craft, continually changing and improving his skills to stay ahead of the competition. He has displayed an unrelenting passion for boxing, always striving to be better and push himself to new heights.
Your next fight, because if you fight this guy, you don't look good. The fans say, I don't want. He's not gonna look good at one with this guy. You gotta constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's gonna make you look good. The guy gotta pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
Weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah, awkward as a motherfucker.
You think are you ready? You think the world's ready for Crawford-Canelo?
His mental toughness is another key factor in his success, as he has shown resilience in the face of adversity, learning from setbacks and using them as chances for growth and improvement, whether he's facing a tough opponent or dealing with the pressures of being a champion. Canelo's mental fortitude has helped him to stay focused and driven. This combination of physical skill, strategic training, and mental toughness has allowed Canelo Alvarez to become a world-class boxer with a record-breaking career marked by multiple world championships in four weight classes. Initially, when he was asked about the matchup, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson quickly spoke out about the possibility of a fight between Canelo and Crawford and disagreed with such a fight, especially because of the aforementioned weight difference between the two fighters. Mike Tyson revealed on the Is What It Is podcast that he thinks the huge weight difference between the fighters will be crucial. What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo? You know, I don't like that fight. Why not? I don't like that fight. It's just, too much weight, you know, and, you know, I don't like that fight. I don't like that fight for him. The weight difference seemed quite annoying. It's a lot of weight, Tyson said. And to reaffirm his statement, Tyson recalled to fight between Crawford and Israel Madrimov in August 2020 for when Crawford ruled as welterweight champion and moved up to 154 pounds. The fight went to a decision, something that has happened very little since 2016. But now Crawford would have to move up to weight classes to fight Canelo, so in Tyson's eyes, he shouldn't be facing that guy. However, despite his initial response to Crawford stepping up to face Canelo, whom is a huge ask for the 37-year-old, Iron Mike appears to have now made a U-turn on this, as he claims his eyes mean nothing. There have been men that have beat people. They're beating people bigger than them, to classes bigger than them. It's not impossible. Henry Armstrong was a featherweight, and he beat the middleweight champ at 130 pounds. He beat the welterweight champ, and then he fought a draw with the middleweight champ. So I think size means nothing, but drive means everything. There were already signs that Iron Mike Tyson had changed his mind after he agreed to a comment Keyshawn Davis made about him, Terence Crawford, and Shocker Stevenson staying undefeated.
We the best boxers in the town. We the best boxers. We got Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Boyd Crawford. We the best. Stop playing. Who can beat us? Nobody. Stop playing. We got Mike Tyson right here. We got Mike.
This was at the Fatal Fury car, where Rolly Romero won his title fight against Ryan Garcia at Times Square, New York. Nobody can beat us. We are the best champions, shouted an excited Keyshawn Davis in the streets of Manhattan. Referring to himself, Shocker, and Crawford, a statement that Iron Mike backed, knowing that the announcement of the biggest challenge of Terence Crawford's career was approaching, so he joined in the euphoria of the moment. It will be a great success, and it's not the first time that Tyson has referred to Crawford, whom he considers a versatile boxer who will undoubtedly do much more against Canelo than William Skull, a woeful show that seemed more like a long-distance race than a boxing match on a morning to forget in Riyadh. This is what the great Tyson said. Terence Crawford has shown over the years that he is a great, adaptable boxer. He is going to be very successful. Great success. He moved on, chatting about Crawford's strength. He said, Terence Crawford's success can be attributed to his unmatched versatility in the ring. Canelo versus Canelo did what he had to do to get the win. What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight between Terence and Canelo, the biggest fight in boxing. Well, Canelo is the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford wants to take the chance to share a ring with another great. How do you beat him? You'll see. Come to us. His ability to effortlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances makes him a nightmare to face, allowing him to make angles to confuse opponents and exploit weaknesses. This unique skill set allows him to adapt to different fighting styles and capitalize on his opponent's mistakes. Crawford's lightning-quick speed is another key part in his success. His hand speed and footwork are among the best in the sport, allowing him to land quick combinations and evade punches with ease. Mike Tyson pointed,
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory. What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight tonight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see.
One of those believers is Jaron Ennis's father, Boosie Ennis, who recently shared his thoughts on how the fight might play out, and he's picking Crawford to frustrate Canelo. I'm leaning towards Terence said. Why remember this though? Terence and Boots are almost alike when it comes to weight. Boots gets up big, but I have seen Boots get up to a weight where he can handle those big guys and stop them, and knock them out and spar. So I think that's a great weight for Terence. He's going up to 168. I think he can handle it. Ennis thinks the size jump won't be as much of a disadvantage for Crawford as many fans think, especially given how fighters like Boots have managed similar jumps in training. Ennis then went on to praise Terence Crawford's intelligence and skill in the ring. The thing about Terence people don't understand is he can box, and he's smart, he said. It's the same as when you told me that Terence Crawford and Canelo was a 50-50 fight. You told me Terence Crawford had a chance, right? Me, I was leaning towards Canelo because of the size, right? I want to apologize, because after watching that fight, I see what you were talking about. I'm telling you, yeah, that movement sets everybody, man. And what with Canelo, he get frustrated, you see it, he just walking to you and all that. If he can't touch you, you know what I mean, that's it. He doesn't waste any punches and is really smart when it comes to the boxing game. If it was me teaching him, might have him frustrate Canelo. What I'd do with him, I'd hit him with some good combo shots. Canelo got to be set to throw punches. If Crawford boxes and moves, he doesn't like anybody boxing and moving. That's what I think Crawford is going to do. He added further detail to the game plan he would apply. What I tell him to do, he'd box and hit him with some good shots, set him up as soon as he was ready to get set, tie him up and walk him to the center. Keep doing that over and over, and when you start doing that, they lose their cool, then they open up for all kinds of shots.
Same like you told me that Terence Crawford and Canelo was a 50-50 fight. You told me Terence Crawford had a chance. Right. Me, I was leaning towards Canelo because of the size. Right. I want to apologize. Yeah. Because after watching that fight, I see what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, movement. That movement all sets everybody, man. And with Canelo, he get frustrated. You see it, walking to you and all that. If he can't touch you, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the streets, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. I think he's gonna find out frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
So what's the right way? Because Skull was moving too much. Is as soon as he as soon as you turn him, then is that when you start firing up?
Well, see, the thing is, the right way is the way.
Canelo's career defeats to Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Dimitri Bivol both came against slick movers, and his recent frustration against William Skull only adds to the theory. So while Terence Crawford isn't known to avoid engagement, his unbeaten record and 31 knockout wins show he can adapt and punish. With that said, what do you make of Boose's breakdown? You know what I mean. Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can hit. You know what I mean. Terence ain't going to be doing like Skull. Terence going to fight you, you know what I mean. He's Terence from the streets, man, you know what I mean. He know what to do, you know what I mean. When it come down to it, I think he going to wind up frustrating Canelo, you know what I mean. So what's the right way? Because his Skull was moving too much is as soon as he goes to as soon as you turn him, yeah, then is that when you start firing off. Well, see, the thing is the right way, the way I would a 2-class sleep and 10 straight knockouts before last year's and over Israel Madrimov. Terence Crawford is once again relying on skill and momentum as he prepares for the biggest fight of his career, and that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace.